Look, I reckon Caitlin Clark is going to be even better coming into the season. Just look at her arms, for God's sake.
Anna said it best. This kid's in for a rude awakening. And they all jumped over her, but they didn't read the whole thing that she said. But nobody's printing. You know, Diana Taurasi was right. This kid's on the wrong team. She's got the wrong skill set to handle the physicality of that league. And she's a rookie. And if you're a WNBA player, if you're any kind of player, you're going to say, I'm going to make a statement.
Look, I reckon Caitlin Clark is going to be even better coming of the season. Just look at her arms, for God's sake. Caitlin Clark just sent shockwaves through the WNBA, and no, it's not just because she's still launching Logo 3ES like their layups this time. The buzz isn't about her shooting, it's about her body. Clark hit the off-season with one mission in mind: to bulk up, get stronger, and return as a more explosive version of herself, and now she's looking like a whole new beast. And one guy who's probably regretting his earlier shade, UConn's own Geno Auriemma, and Diana said it best: this kid's in for a rude awakening. And they all jumped over her, but they didn't read the whole thing that she said. But nobody's printing. You know, Diana Taurasi was right. This kid's on the wrong team. She's got the wrong skill set to handle the physicality of that league, and she's a rookie. And if you're a WNBA player, if you're any kind of player, you're going to say, I'm going to make a statement. Remember when Geno couldn't help himself from downplaying Clark's ability to handle WNBA physicality? That smug little "we'll see if she can take the hits" routine. Yeah, about that. It's not aging well. Turns out Caitlin wasn't just ready for the hits, she absorbed them, processed the data, and rebuilt herself into a monster. Well, I mean, Geno Auriemma was talking about Caitlin Clark and Paige being the same build, yet they're not the same build. Right now, let's talk about the journey. Clark's rookie season wasn't just impressive, it was a baptism by fire. She wasn't just scoring, she was getting knocked down, shoved, hacked, and pretty much treated like a human punching bag by defenders like Kennedy Carter, DJ Ginny Carrington, and of course Angel Ree. If you didn't know better, you'd think the league had a bounty out for her. It wasn't defense, it was a crash course in full contact basketball. So there's a hot topic going on right now. Caitlin Clark says she got cheap shotted against the sky. I mean, throughout this season she's been getting beat up hard, screens, elbows, knocked down, and yet through all of it Clark never cracked, she never retaliated, she just kept getting up, draining shots, and doing what she does best: make people look silly. The critics thought the hits would break her spirit, instead they sparked a transformation. While some players spent the offseason chilling, Clark hit the gym like it owed her money. Alright guys, we're starting a little TikTok weight room vlog. We're going to show you what we do: get the butt down. Okay, speed. Okay, Steve-O, she is strong. Alright guys, that's our lift. We are strong. Okay, we're actually strong. With the result, a new bulked up version of the most dangerous player in the league. Her arms sculpted, her core steel, her presence on the court commanding. And for the coaches who doubted her toughness, looking at you, Geno, this is your official I was wrong moment. So Caitlin Clark is one of the best and well-known basketball players on the planet right now, and this past offseason she worked really hard to add 8 pounds of muscle to her frame to give her an additional edge on the offensive and defensive ends of the court, and it clearly paid off because she was able to finish around the rim better and play tougher on ball defense. Stephanie White, her coach with the Indiana Fever, has already pointed out the shift. Clark isn't just more durable, she's a completely different athlete now, stronger, faster, sharper, and this time she's not just surviving the physicality, she's dishing it out. Well, a lot of stuff yesterday, a lot of people were talking about it, just how much bigger Caitlin Clark has gotten. That's all people are talking about. So obviously if you're looking at the picture with her with Serena Williams, like, her arms look a little bit bigger, but it's kind of hard to tell from there. Gone are the days when defenders could shove her off her spots. Now she's the one initiating contact, she's posting up smaller guards, she's absorbing hits and finishing plays, and she's still launching logo bombs, only now she's doing it with defenders bouncing off her like foam pads. But like, how much bigger Caitlin Clark's arms are than last year, it's mad. It's like watching a Marvel origin story play out in real time. Rookie Clark was already lighting up the scoreboard, now she's playing bully ball with a grin on her face. Imagine what happens when you add strength, stamina, and confidence to someone who was already the league's biggest problem, and we've seen it again more and more throughout this off-season, like pictures of Caitlin Clark, just how much she has bulked up. And again, it's a sign of somebody that is very clearly working her way towards being well, no longer the skinny guard that they said was nowhere, was not big enough. And let's not ignore the poetic justice: Geno Auriemma, who hasn't coached a player of Clark's caliber in a decade, had the audacity to question her ability to keep up physically. Meanwhile, Clark just became the literal blueprint for how to turn adversity into dominance. Hope he's enjoying the view from irrelevance because Clark's running the league now. Geno baby, if Caitlin Clark is on the team it becomes the right team because Caitlin Clark is on it. It's like saying Michael Jordan's not on the right team, it's the right team if Michael Jordan is on the roster. Every team that thought they had her figured out just found themselves scrambling for new defensive plans. You can't body her out of games anymore, you can't rough her up and expect her to fold. She's stronger, she's smarter, and she's still got that unshakable chip on her shoulder. And here's the reality, the stronger Caitlin gets, the more unstoppable her game becomes. Her passes are sharper, her cuts more explosive, and she's moving through defenders like she's got a force field around her. This isn't just an off-season glow-up, it's a declaration. Clark isn't here to play along, she's here to dominate. I got to ask you a basketball question. I know that you work really hard in the off-season. You said yesterday you're always trying to get better. What's the thing that you're working on this off-season? I think honestly, besides the actual basketball skill part of it, I think getting stronger, that's what I'm focusing on. I'm in the weight room a lot, just building that strength. Obviously it was hard going right from the college season to the professional season. You don't get to spend a lot of time in the weight room, so that's what I've tried to focus on the most. Here and then obviously a lot of things on the court. I'm always wanting to get better, and that's kind of what drives me, and I love it. I love getting to do it, and I feel very fortunate that it's my job. So if you're a defender thinking about getting physical with Caitlin Clark in 2025, good luck. She's not just bracing for the hits anymore, she's meeting you at the point of impact. And if Geno Auriemma is watching, he might want to start taking notes, because Caitlin Clark didn't just respond to the league's aggression, she owned it, flipped it, and turned it into fuel. And now the WNBA is about to face the consequences. And not only that, like Caitlin Clark has, I hope that Caitlin Clark has not put on, cause in fairness she doesn't look like there's too much size being put on, but compared to last season how much bulk she has put on, you would hope again for a Caitlin Clark, because Caitlin Clark is built like a soccer player. The entire WNBA just got a reality check, and her name is Caitlin Clark. She's not coming back the same player. She's coming back like she hit a cheat code in the offseason. If anyone thought they had her figured out after last season, they're in for a very rude awakening. This isn't just a player preparing for year two, it's a complete evolution. Clark isn't interested in just having another solid season. She's on a mission to etch her name alongside the greatest to ever do it. This transformation, it's not your typical I hit the gym a bit story. It's the kind of off-season that legends are built on. Funnily enough, I don't think it's going to have effect on the pace that she plays at, because if you watch Caitlin Clark play, the pace that she plays at is more here. Like Caitlin Clark is much faster here than she is like physically, and that's one of the things I don't think people really know. So the big question, can Clark bring this new power into real game action? The answer's already written in bold letters. Absolutely yes. We're not talking about someone who just added a little weight room muscle. Clark has upgraded every aspect of her game. The version of Caitlin Clark that WNBA defenders bumped and bruised last year, she doesn't exist anymore. In her place is a tougher, meaner, and far more complete player that's going to give defenders nightmares. She's built like a long-distance runner, like her natural build, which is why there hasn't been too many injuries. She's got that elasticity, and that doesn't seem to really be too common as far as WNBA players are concerned. Like, considering whether it be WNBA in college, she doesn't put that much force through her legs. Considering how much speed she uses, like there's not that much change of direction. She's just downhill at one speed. Last season it was all about her speed, her limitless range, and those jaw-dropping no assists that hasn't gone anywhere. But now she's added physicality that makes her a matchup disaster. Those defenders who used to try and body her up to knock her off rhythm, now they're the ones getting pushed off balance. One of the most noticeable changes, her post-up game. Clark's been living in the paint this off-season, mastering how to seal off defenders, absorb hits, and finish with strength. She's not just shrugging off contact, she's seeking it out. Think about that, the same player who used to be hunted by physical defenders is now the one dishing it right back, and the league is scrambling to adjust. Somebody said the league is not ready for Caitlin 3.0 MVP is hers. Let's go Fever. Admin, I love you.